Hello, I'm Paul.
And hello, I am Ben.
Hello, and I'm Adam. And welcome to FilmBusters.
Welcome to FilmBusters.
FilmBusters.
In this month of March in 1948, the comedian and actor Billy Crystal was born. But can you name the romantic comedy hit in which he starred opposite Meg Ryan?
When Harry Met Sally.
Oh,
Adam.
Well done, Ben. Well done, Ben.
How did you not get that, son?
I don't know.
You even had a pause.
I know, it was stuck in my head. It was like, I know this, but I can't think of the two names. I knew it was When Someone Met Someone.
So we're at 23 for Ben, 20 for Adam, and 17 for me.
Unlucky Adam.
I know.
So sorry,
Adam. Redford questions back again.
You're very sleepy today, aren't you?
Very much so.
For all our listeners, we're recording this for the first time, I think, in the AM. Normally we record in the PM, but we're recording in the AM. And as you can tell, Adam didn't have a very good PM last night.
No, he sure didn't.
It was actually more of the AM there where it went wrong, but...
What were you doing, Adam? Tell all the podcasters what you were doing.
Went to the pub, that was it.
Oh, boring.
How boring. Right, should we get on to news?
Please.
Excuse me, can you pass me that newspaper from over there? I want to know what's going on at the pictures. Thank you.
Terminator 6 is on its way. James Cameron is producing it. Arnold Schwarzenegger's back, with Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor.
Really?
But they will ignore movies 3 to 5.
That's actually going to happen, is it?
Yeah.
But why are they calling it Terminator 6?
Well, it's obviously haven't got a proper name yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the 6th one in the run.
Wow.
Arnie with like a Zimmer frame. Just cruising down, fucking people up.
Zimmer frame.
See, the thing is, they really need to leave that one alone, because the Terminator 2 was one of the few times when a sequel was better than an original.
As we discussed in the previous podcast.
It was. But I think... no, I'm not too sure. They should leave that. I'm intrigued, and I will see it, but I don't think...
But what are they going to do about it, though? Like, literally, it could technically mean that Arnold's going to come back as a bad Terminator again.
It's true, yeah.
Everyone's too old for it, just leave it alone.
Did you see... Well, you both
Really
saw
sad.
the one with Daenerys in.
No, I didn't.
Genesis.
Yeah. I didn't mind that. It was all right.
I thought it was quite good, and they dealt with the aging of the Terminator quite well, because didn't they say something about it was just the deterioration of the skeleton and everything, the endoskeleton and all the components that they added, so it was kind of believable, and I liked it. They struck the right balance of humour and sci-fi with that. It obviously wasn't great, but it was pretty good.
But there's no point going to be doing it if it's not going to be great.
I know they need to leave it alone. Let's leave it alone.
The only thing they messed up with that last one was the fact that they ruined everything in the trailers. It could have been so much better. It could have had so many
tell
more
me
twists.
about it.
Yeah.
See, this is one of the few... this is one of the exact prime examples of why I stopped really wanting to watch trailers. Because you're right, that specific trailer, revealed what could have been a brilliant twist in the film.
Yeah, 100%.
Adam.
And the crazy thing as well, he's actually on the cover of the DVD and Blu-ray of him as a robot. It's like, what are they even doing?
It's all about marketing, man. It's all about selling. They don't care if they spoil the movie. They just want to get people in to see it.
Yeah.
Adam, if you haven't seen the movie yet, don't watch the trailer beforehand. Just in
I think
case.
I know what you're on about, because I've seen the posters and all that shit.
Oh, but it'll probably go over your head.
Okay. I'll just be oblivious to it then.
No disrespect intended.
David Chase sold a script for the prequel film to Sopranos, and it's called The Many Saints of Newark, and it's about the Newark riots in the 60s, and it's most likely will star a young Uncle Junior.
Oh, I didn't hear that bit about the young Uncle Junior. No, that could be interesting.
I mean, that's a speculation, because that's the only person who'd kind of be around in that time period.
True.
Yeah.
And Tony's
and you've
dad.
got to have, and you've got to have, and his dad, and you've got to have some kind of link to
You've got to
Sopranos.
see
Like,
Tony in
what's
it
the point?
somewhere, though.
Little kid. Tony be a little kid, eh?
But at the beginning of the Goodfellas, you'll just, like, be fucking shit up in the streets.
I mean...
Carried his groceries all the way home.
The thing is...
Yeah, that.
People are asking for more Sopranos, but really, is this needed? This is just going to be another mafia film. It's not needed, is it?
It's not needed. No.
We don't need to see what happened in Tony's youth. We learnt about it through all his therapy sessions. We don't need to see it. I don't know.
Load of rubbish.
You reckon?
Yeah, money. It's just money making. What's the point? It's not even. It's not even needed. Not even needed whatsoever.
Do you think if James Gandolfini was still alive that they would have done a Sopranos film? As in after? No?
What? After the series?
Why does it matter?
So it'd be a sequel to the series?
Does it
Yeah,
matter?
so as in it takes place after the series.
But he's dead
No.
in Sopranos and in...
Well,
It
quite.
would ruin the ending. It would ruin the ending of the film.
It would, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
The TV series.
Yeah, yeah.
It definitely doesn't need anything else. I reckon they might have done like a prequel series of him as more of a younger thing, like him actually coming up to power.
Yeah, but it feels like without having seen any Soprano film, we've already seen his rise. We've seen Goodfellas, we've seen Casino, we've seen all of that shit. We don't need to see another mafia film now. That isn't bringing anything new to the table, and it's not going to bring anything new to the table.
And we've also got The Irishman coming out as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see The Irishman.
Yeah, very, very.
I want to see The Irishman.
I want to see The
That
Irishman.
is something we do want to see.
That we really want to see that. I just
Yeah.
want to see
You
them
know what
high
trailers
heels.
for it?
Yeah, I want to see those Frankenstein boots.
Who was wearing them again? De Niro.
It was
Yeah.
De Niro, yeah.
He
see
really
that?
was on the Frankenstein boots.
Isn't he playing? Is it Al Capone he's playing in that? Again.
No, he's playing a new character, isn't he?
Who was he playing? He's playing a famous gangster, isn't he?
I didn't think they were
'Cause
playing
Tom
real
Hardy's-
characters.
Tom Hardy's playing Al Capone, isn't he, in a film coming up?
Oh, that's
Yeah, he is, yeah.
something else.
We know
Some
nothing
shit,
of this.
We
We're just
don't.
making it up as we go along.
We are.
Right, we're actually already to news we don't give a fuck about.
Oh, good.
News we don't give a fuck.
Right, this is like a little section I've made of reboots that are coming out. Just I'm going to reel off, and you've got to tell me if you actually give a fuck about it. But I'm pretty sure you won't give a fuck about it.
Oh, yes.
Chris Hemsworth is going to reboot Men in Black.
Why is he? How's
Why?
he going to reboot it, and why?
He's going to be the main character in it. Chris Hemsworth in Men in Black.
So they want to whitewash
Why?
it.
Yeah, but why are they bringing Men in Black back?
I know.
Is Will Smith going to be involved in it in any way?
Apparently not.
No.
Fuck that. Boring.
No,
Stupid
Isn't he, isn't he also
waste of time.
rebooting Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah, that was a kind of it was a spoof for the Super Bowl, but they were actually talking about actually making it to a real film, but nobody wants to see that.
Fucking stupid.
I don't know what Chris Hemsworth's doing. Why is he rebooting films like Ghostbusters?
Oh yeah, yeah. But Men in Black only came out like 2 days ago, didn't it? Why are they rebooting that already?
Yeah, the third
for
one.
fuck's
Yeah,
sake?
the third wasn't that long ago, was it?
Oh man, people are just getting so lazy now.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And then we
lazy.
have the Zorro reboot called Z.
Well, that was.
Does anyone
rubbish.
care about Zorro? No one cares about Zorro.
No,
surely.
no one cares at all. Is there anyone who's excited about that?
No.
Apart from maybe a grandmother somewhere.
Yeah.
Who cares about Zorro, really?
No one.
Do you
No one.
do you remember what happened in that film? No one
I
gives
don't
a
think I
fuck.
even watched it because I don't care.
He put a Z in their back, that's all. He just
that's all he
used his
did.
sword and wrote a Z in their back.
The episode of The Simpsons when he was Zorro was probably better.
Probably. I haven't even seen it, but just the description of you saying that sounds better than the film
It
that I
sounds
remember.
absolutely beautiful, Adam. You're a
Quite.
wordsmith.
What bollocks?
And lastly, we have Jason Momoa will be the Crow in a new
Right,
film.
I really don't like that. That's very...
No.
that needs to be left alone.
I don't even think he's suited for the Crow.
Of course, no, not in any way. That's
No.
an awful decision, man. I didn't hear it. I've never heard about this. That's
Yeah.
really bad.
Is that Justice League money going to his head, isn't it? All these superhero films come along, starts getting a bit of a platform, and now he's off.
I
Ruining
know.
stuff for Ben.
Well, you know that he'll take on anything because he's not
Yeah.
exactly a good actor. He's not a good actor, is he? He's not a good actor.
No.
He's just a body.
It wasn't even good enough.
It's
Game
true.
of Thrones.
He wasn't good in what? Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. They had to kill him off, didn't they?
Yes, because he was a pain in everyone's arse. But
He kept dying on everyone.
yeah,
They're just dying along with
Dying
monsters.
on everyone.
dying all the time. The Crow, they should absolutely not do that. I feel most strongly about that more than anything else you've mentioned in this podcast.
Yeah,
They should
yeah.
definitely leave that alone because that was
Doesn't need to be done.
it doesn't need to be done. And that's so iconic and culty for all the circumstances around Brandon Lee's death and how they carried on making it even though he had died and still incorporated him in the film. That's like a real goth 90s noir film. I loved that.
Yeah.
That felt like that came around. I really watched that when I was a teen, and I fucking loved it as a teenager, man. It was like, yeah, this speaks to me.
Nice little revenge flick.
Yeah, big time. Love it. Great lines in it. You know what the best line in The Crow is? He's standing there, Brandon Lee, and the cop, Winston from Ghostbusters, has got the gun on him, and he says, don't move or you're dead. And Brandon Lee says, well, I say I'm dead and I move. And he steps towards him. It's like, oh my God, that's brilliant writing, man. I want to watch that again.
Did you ever actually see the other? I think there's another 2 sequels to it.
Is Edward Furlong in one of them?
Yeah, Edward Furlong's in one of them. He's the Crow, I think.
Haven't seen him.
No. That's just like, who cares? Why'd they even do those either?
I know, leave that shit
They
out.
should have just left it. Anyway, that's the end of news we don't give a fuck about, and let's go on to trailers.
Yeah.
Trailer! Whoopa! A trailer! Whoopa! A whoopa! A whoopa! A whoopah!
Is he Greek?
I don't live in a caravan, so why are you showing me that trailer trash?
Right, our first trailer, Best Friends, or Best
Fiends.
Fiends.
Is it meant to be Fiends or Fiends?
I saw this the other day coming out on the scheduling for cinemas, and I thought we got to go see this. Because
Yeah,
it's
we
perfect
got
for what we
to
talk
do
about.
Yeah.
Podcast this one.
100%.
100%.
100%. So this is the new Tommy Wiseau film.
Yes,
It comes out in
indeed.
September, doesn't it?
I have no idea what it's about.
Well,
I cannot tell what it's about.
I don't even know what the trailer gives away to see what they're friends and then some money comes along.
It
And
does
a
look quite
mysterious
good, though.
guy at the end opens the door.
the trailer is
Yeah.
bizarre because, like, at some points it looks like, oh, Tommy Wiseau has been given loads of money to make some like epic, but then the final shot of the trailer is like, you know that sometimes the final shot in a trailer they build up something really big,
Yes.
but what happens is there's a close up on Greg sort of looking wide eyed, and the door slightly opens, and then there's a man in a hat standing there, and that's
and
him.
no one knows who
isn't
it
it?
is.
And then
No
he doesn't know the
context,
people.
nothing.
No context. It's like, oh my god,
I know.
it's the man in the hat.
But is it going to be intentionally bad, or is it going to be unintentionally bad? Like, this is what will be interesting. It's like, will we watch it and say he thought he was making a good film, but it's shit, or will it be like he's intentionally made a bad film because he wants to try and capture that bad movie
Money.
vibe?
I reckon he's going for an actual, just trying to make a good film.
I mean,
It looks like that kind of thing.
I've got to say, I do actually legitimately want to see it. Even if I hadn't
so do I.
seen The Room and didn't know anything about him, I'd say, oh, that actually looks kind of different.
Yeah, the trailer does interest me.
Yeah, it really
It's got
The only
does.
thing
good-
I'm saying
good
is that
stuff
they're
in it.
both in it again, and it feels like they're both trying to get the money off it still.
Well, you can't
So,
blame
I
them
think-
because they ain't got nothing else. They're never going to make money off anything else, are they?
Yeah, we got,
I mean,
and they
Money for
are,
Disaster,
and they are
probably.
friends, and they want to. The whole thing was them making a movie together.
They're
and
not-
They obviously
they're not-
still want to make a movie together.
They're not friends.
They're not friends anymore. They're not best fiends.
They're fiends. They're best fiends. You're my friend.
You're my fiend.
My friend.
Do you reckon they'll be talking over each other and stuff again? Oh, it's
Definitely.
terrible
I
editing.
hope so.
They need Paul on here to edit like he edits our podcast.
There was some
Makes this sound
ridiculous
good.
bits in that trailer that only Tommy Wiseau could put in a film. I can't remember what they were now, but there were just some
Like him
things.
smiling at the end.
Yeah, really weird smile.
But they're
But
hugging as well. They just won't go up to each other and just randomly hug.
That's true. Do you remember we saw the other trailer for this when you came round to mine months ago?
Yeah.
And
Vaguely.
Didn't
they-
really show much. I don't remember it showing much in that trailer.
the only thing that I remember being in that trailer that wasn't really in this one, it seemed a lot more like Wiseau was like a vampire type character.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was going to be. He was in a hearse, wasn't he?
He was driving a hearse,
Yeah.
and like, do you remember there were scenes of him like with dead bodies in a basement, and it was like he had a morgue underneath his house.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Who
Fucking
knows?
weird
I can't
man.
wait to this film.
I know. I look forward to that. I legitimately am looking forward to that one. That's a very good trailer.
Beautiful. Right, we're on to our next segment, which is Ben reacts to a trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful. Oh yeah.
Ben's favourite part of the
By
week.
the noise you're making. Ben, could you switch your ears off for 10 seconds while I just say something to Adam, please?
10 seconds. Here we go.
Right, Adam, he's reacting to the new Christopher Robin trailer. I have taken out all the Disney-related stuff.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, even the bits
so
in the
he
middle
can
where it
react
says
to
the
it.
writing.
Yeah, I know. I've left those bits in.
Okay.
Here we go. He's coming back. He's coming back.
That was probably longer than 10 seconds, wasn't it?
That was longer than 10 seconds.
There
But
we
you
go.
timed it
Here
well
I am.
I
again.
was very disappointed. It wasn't in time like
I
last time.
know, I've ruined everything. I thought I'd give you benefit of the doubt. Now, before I play this trailer, because obviously what happens is you send it to me completely unbranded, completely blank. I have no idea what I'm going to watch. I can see a
Indeed.
thumbnail of what the video is going to be, and
Right.
it's just a man in a hat seemingly
beautiful.
sitting there. I don't know who that man is or what it is. So you tell me when to go, and I shall go.
It's all yours. The stage is yours.
Here we go. Piano music. It's London in the past. Emergency meeting. Oh, that's Ewan McGregor. Lots of fantastic British accents here. Something horrible's going to happen. Everyone's having too much nice times kissing daughters off. Oh no, the music's too happy for that. Beauty and the Beast. Oh no, all right, okay. Oh, it's the studio who brought you Beauty and the Beast. Why am I watching this? What to do, he says. Oh, who's it? Oh, it's Pooh. Is it Pooh? Oh, it is. Oh, how sweet that actually is. That's quite sweet. Oh, that was actually quite sweet. Did you expect me to hate that?
No, I just wanted to get your reaction on him coming into the shot.
That was quite lovely. That was quite nice, actually. I like
Hello,
Pooh.
Crystal Robin.
I know.
Aw,
But that
there's a little
voice,
place
that
in
voice is
Denmark
the
for him.
voice from the cartoon, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh, that
Is he
was very
dead?
sweet.
Is the guy dead? Who
I don't know. I don't know.
I was
the
looking
details
at
about it.
on IMDb afterwards, after Paul sent it to me, and it is the same voice.
Is it the same voice?
Okay.
Very good.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, that's quite nice. But I don't really like to watch those things.
I hate Winnie the Pooh.
Why?
I just never liked him. It's just I just don't know.
He's not
I
like,
never watched
oh,
it as a
it's
kid.
Winnie the
I never
Pooh,
watched
that's
it as a kid.
cute. Cunt.
And it's
Got
not
no
really,
heart, Paul.
I want a bit of Scooby Doo.
But you want a bit of
you.
meth smoking, weed, whatever he does.
I want a bit of Scooby Doo, Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls. That's me.
Do you know what?
What?
You've been brainwashed by America, boy.
Yeah, I don't want any of Winnie the Pooh.
Tell me one British childhood thing. Show
One British
that you like.
childhood. Brum.
What?
Brum. The car.
The car.
Bullshit.
Brum, brum.
There's no
I
show
love
like
him.
called that.
There
You don't
is.
know that
There's a
show?
little
You never
white
watched it?
yellow car, and I met him
Yeah.
once.
It
Brum.
was a little car, went on adventures, and he used to leave the garage, and he'd come back, and he'd have like a little like token from his adventure in the back of the car, and the man would pick it up and go put it on his shelf.
Oh, it wasn't a cartoon. It was like
No, it's real life.
Oh, yeah, I know
real
what you
car.
mean.
It was a
Yeah.
real human car.
You've got no emotions because you care more for a machine like a car than a Winnie the Pooh.
Yes,
Then I Winnie the Pooh.
for a teddy bear.
Adam, what's your favourite British childhood thing?
I used to like that, and I used to like the woman with the plane, the spotty plane, and the dog. Go outside, or whatever it was. I used to watch that a lot when I was younger.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She used to fly off on a plane with her dog, and used to go to a factory and show you how stuff was made, like how
What?
pencils were made.
What is that,
It's only
Dora the Explorer?
it's only about 3 years ago that he still watching this.
Yeah. Dora the Explorer.
When were
Swiping,
you
swiping?
When were you a child watching this?
When were you a
2014?
child?
Yeah, it was like early 2000s,
Oh dear. Well,
2001 or something.
anyway, you need to support your local Winnie the Pooh film.
You gonna go see it then, Ben?
Well, I would rather go and see that than Paddington, because see, Paddington, everyone seems to love it. I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's very good, but that seems like too much effort has gone into trying to make sure that everyone loves it. Whereas this seems more of like a nice little intimate story about Winnie the Pooh.
No,
and-
can I, honestly though,
yeah.
I did watch that trailer and I saw him come in and I was like, do you know when you get a little bit goosebumpy, like, oh,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
it was
it.
kind of a
feel
nice
like that.
moment.
I can kind of feel like that.
When I heard that voice, I was like, oh, it's Pooh.
Yeah.
And Ewan McGregor says Pooh. He doesn't call him Winnie either.
He goes, poo.
At first, I thought he was the voice of the guy from Fargo, the evil man in Fargo, whatever his name is. I can't remember his name now. But I thought that was his voice, but then it turns out it's actually Pooh's voice.
What, in season 3 of Fargo?
Yeah.
What, it's the real bear? The real bear's voice?
Yeah, I know it is, but at first I thought it wasn't.
The actual
voice, it
bear
that
was
guy.
talking.
The actual bear was talking.
They had to put honey around his mouth so that it looked like he was talking, like they do with horses. But he just loved it and he kept eating it. I'll get my coat.
Brilliant.
Blum, blum, blum.
Right, should we go to the main event?
It's main event time. This is why we all turned up. It's main event time.
Whoopa.
Oompa, loompa, loompa dee doo.
The main event! Here is our featured topic, plus Adam might do a rubbish plot summary.
Are you fucking serious?
Right, we have watched I, Tonya.
Tonya.
Adam is going to tell us what it's about.
Tonya is about a girl called Tonya. Was it Harding, her surname? Yep.
Yes.
Who was a
Well
figure
done.
skater for America, and she did like a triple spin thing. Only other American person to do it till then. And yeah, it's about her story, and then she shoots someone, and it all goes a bit. Well, no, someone gets injured.
She doesn't shoot
That's it.
someone.
No,
Did you watch the
there
film?
was a gun. I remember there was a gun, but that was a different point in the film. Another figure skater gets injured, and she gets blamed for it, basically, and then disgraced and banned from
Disgraced.
figure skating for her life. And she was very obsessed
very
about
good.
it.
Very good, Adam. Wonderful.
That was a wonderful, wonderful. If you don't want to go see it after that, then.
Yeah, if that is not...
And if you do want to go see it, you should stop
beautiful
listening to the
introduction to a
podcast
film,
now
I don't know
because
what
I don't know what
kind
it
of
is.
spoil it.
Just so everyone knows, this is spoilers ahead.
Yes.
We're just going to go straight into it.
And behind.
And behind. We've
Yeah,
probably already
true.
done spoilers.
Yeah, I did in the thing. I told you she gets banned. That's a big spoiler.
It's true.
Yeah.
Right, come on then.
Oh well.
Ben, what did you think about this film? And what was your rating?
All right, should we do ratings first?
Yeah, let's do ratings.
Okay. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10.
That's what I gave it.
Fair enough.
I gave it a 7 out of 10. It was alright, but it missed a lot of points, and it was just felt a bit meh at the end.
And Paul?
8 out of 10.
8.
Yeah.
See, he
Okay.
likes this more than he likes Black Panther.
I know, that's... Whoa.
I did enjoy it more than Black Panther.
Did you?
Really?
I certainly
Yeah.
didn't.
I'd never go see it again. I've seen
I
it now.
probably wouldn't
stuff.
see it again either, but I enjoyed it.
Come on then, opening comments then. What do you like about it so much?
Okay, it's got some really good performances in it. Alison Janney definitely deserved the Oscar. She was probably one of the best things about it.
Yeah.
She was.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Yes. And also loved the music in it. Did I say that?
No.
No, but yeah,
No,
they
I
did
really
have
like the
quite a
music in
good
it. Really good soundtrack. Yeah, I just thought it was an interesting story, and I also liked the fact the way it was structured was almost like you didn't know whether to believe what they were saying or not.
I did like the way the film was shot.
Yeah.
Like the whole mixing with the interviews, with the actual film, with the stories, and then there were some really cool shots they did in the film as well. But there was something about the whole storyline that let it down.
Did you notice they really kept talking about oh, that never happened, oh, this never happened, oh no,
Yeah.
this really did happen.
Yeah.
It's almost like in real life when people exaggerate stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like two people, arguing about what actually happened.
Yeah. Which I quite enjoyed. I like that element of it.
Adam?
I did like the way it was shot, but I felt the storyline itself kind of... I don't know if it's just the storyline itself wasn't that strong. And also I feel like the fact it came out in Oscar season as well, it's like you're expecting you're expecting it to be decent to kind of be put into the pools of Oscar films. And, like 3 Billboards is in there, and then you got that. It's like, nah.
See,
Not
here's something that's pretty telling. Of all the people who, all the supporting actors, what was Margot Robbie nominated for a
Leading role.
leading role?
best-
Okay.
yeah.
Of all of them who were nominated in that category, all of the films that they starred in were also nominated for Best Picture, apart from I, Tonya.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
without having seen all the other films, I can kind of, for me,
See why.
my immediate reaction coming out was like, what was the point in that story? It's like, I wasn't bored. I didn't get bored at any point. It went along nicely, but it's like, why? Where were the stakes in that? I don't really care. Who is this person? Okay, she was a big deal for America. Was she really though? Have you ever heard that name before this movie came along?
You have, like, in
I
the world
haven't.
and especially
I'm a
not
very
for us,
big fan
because
of
we're a bit
Fig
younger.
Skating.
Not for us because we're a bit younger. Maybe for like older people, like who actually around when like remember this happening.
Maybe
It did sound like quite a big thing. And like at the end of the film, it said she was like the second well-known person in the world after like Bill Clinton or something.
Yeah, but
like
that is.
wasn't it?
I'm sorry. Did you believe that for a fucking second? No.
Why not? It was a massive.
No.
Must have been a massive thing. In
So,
94.
so she was more famous than O.J. Simpson, was she?
We did it. We did it in the same. Was it the same year or not?
Oh, I like that bit of the film actually.
What bit?
That's another bit I forgot about. How it showed all her story, and how it was massive in the news, and it's like, it's also like you're saying how insignificant the story is. That O.J. Simpson thing comes along, there you go, their story's over, done.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
Also, the thing that annoyed me is I thought she was going to go to the Olympics and land that triple spin at the Olympics, and it would be like, even though she came last, she still set out the dream to do that triple axie flip thing and do it, and no one else could do it. But it turned out she actually didn't even do that. I felt a bit let down.
And also,
and didn't even try it.
listen, the true story is the true story. So if you're going to tell a true story, you can't change it. So fine. But overall, like, there were so many things that were wrong with it for me. Number one, okay, you cannot get a body double to ice skate like Tonya Harding, and you can't get Margot Robbie to ice skate like Tonya Harding. What you don't then do is awful CGI. Which
I had one of these points. I was going to say exactly the same thing.
Oh man, it was so
Hated that.
annoying,
Hated
wasn't
it.
it?
Because no one else could do
That's
this
one thing I
flipping
hated
thing.
about the film.
Yeah.
Took me out of the film every time she was skating.
Every time she was skating, because they tried to make it look like they were really in the rink with her by having the camera right up close to her, then pulled away. And it's like, this is so clearly not happening. And it was so... The audience who were watching were clearly not watching that. It was clearly all green screen.
Yeah, I guess I kind of gave it a bly with that, because I probably would have... I wouldn't have rated any higher anyway. But, that took me out of it every time. It's so obviously CGI.
I know.
So obviously.
It could have been done much better. I don't know how, if you can't get her to skate, but you should have been more creative with how you did that.
They should have done so many up close shots of her. Like maybe do a couple so you wouldn't have noticed it so much.
Yeah.
But they like just do some long shots of it happening.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
Outside of that, okay, that's a technicality. The story is how the story is. Like I'm saying, it's a true story, so you can't change it. But for me, where were the stakes when you watch a film? Any film, regardless of how small or how big it is, typically the reason you watch it is because something, the stakes are raised at some point, and you think, oh fuck, something's going to happen because this has happened. So you watch a film, a key event happens, and then you deal with the fallout of that key event. This key event was some random guy hitting the other skater on the knee. Okay, it happened. But it was played so lazily. The way that was filmed out, it was almost like comic relief as well. It's like, well, if this is kind of comic relief and this is not a comedy film, why the fuck do I care?
I kind of enjoyed that. I didn't see it as... I didn't really care for the plot as much. I cared more for the characters.
I didn't at all, at any point.
I did a little bit.
I said to Jenny when we came out, not one of them characters did I like. And that's a problem. Because
I didn't like it. I didn't like any of them.
Yeah, but you've got to have... It's all right not to like characters, as in, like, they're bad characters, but you've got to have someone to root for, and I didn't care about any of them. I didn't feel sorry for any of them.
It's more like an insight into like a tragic... someone's tragic life.
I
enjoyed.
I didn't care. It weren't tragic for me.
No. I really did enjoy the relationship between the mother, her mum and her.
Well, good.
Because my thing was like, I was hoping that she would get some kind of satisfaction and make her mother happy.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for, and it never happened, and I did like that. I liked how she ultimately
There was a
betrayed
moment
her.
at one point when you thought it might have happened, and it turned out.
And then she actually betrayed her.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That's
what I enjoyed.
What did you think that scene meant when she was watching Tonya ice skating in the diner, and her boss is like, "Get back to work," and she's like, "I want to see her face at the end." What do you think that meant?
Because you wanted to see how happy she was.
Yeah, she wanted to see how happy she was. Yeah.
That's what
It's
you
almost
took
like
it to
that
mean.
means she don't actually care, but she
100%.
just doesn't show it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sees that as a weakness, her showing her emotions.
Oh, she sees it as a weakness.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh yeah, the mother showing her own emotions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also didn't like the fat guy, comic relief, overplayed for laughs.
No, but don't you think he looks exactly the same as the real person?
Well, yeah, he was a fat fuck.
At the end.
Yeah, he looked like a fat fuck.
No, but even the way he was acting, the guy at the end was acting like that.
Well, I was highly annoyed.
Did you like, what's his name? Bobby, what's his surname?
Cannavale. Yeah, I liked him. That ridiculous fake tan. The guy with the fake tan.
He was the guy who was a policeman. Was he a policeman or was he a reporter?
No, he was like a press guy, I think.
Yeah, he was sitting in that little office.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was an odd character because you don't actually see him in the actual story.
No, I feel like it was just like a representative from the press talking.
Yeah. Do you know what bit I really did love?
What?
The bit that made me laugh the most was just after he smashed her knee.
Yeah.
And he just runs and smashed his head through the door.
Yeah, but
then
it dives on top of that guy.
And then spears the guy. It's like, why did you do that?
I turned to Jenny and said, why would you even do that? Because
that's why I loved it.
You could walk anywhere. Why would you dive over that guy like that?
That was brilliant, that bit. That was my favourite bit of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, there were nice bits in it. That's the thing, like, I wasn't bored with it. There were good bits in it, and it was kind of... it wasn't interesting, though. It wasn't interesting, I didn't think. And also, I didn't like... I've got to say this. I really wanted to like it, but I didn't really like Margot Robbie's performance, because it felt a little bit too... She looked like Michael Jackson as the film went on, and it was like she was trying to be Michael Jackson. And also, she just looks like Michael Jackson. Anyway.
I know what you mean. It's probably. I think it's a bit more the makeup she put on.
Yes,
like
maybe.
for the ice skating part, she had those like dark kind of eyes and the contoured cheeks. Which made it look like that.
You're right. In the makeup world.
I think because she was trying to overplay it because of how everyone said it's all about the appearance.
Yeah, that's true. And I did feel sorry for her on that front, that everyone was like, it's nothing to do with your technicality, you just you're not the image we want.
Yeah. I totally agree with you about how the story there's not really enough of a story to make it into a film, but I did enjoy the performances over that. Like the story wasn't that interesting.
No,
but it was the characters that did it for me.
Like, that's cool. I mean, you liked it, you dug it, you're enjoying the whole thing, and that's good because it worked for you. It just didn't work for me. I don't know, maybe because I was thinking, because you see this film's come along about an ice skater and you hear all this hype about it, with not knowing much about Tonya Harding, you kind of think, okay, well, clearly something big must happen in this true story. And then when the big thing was that her rival got kneecapped by some random guy, it was kind of like, oh, really?
It was more like a downfall, not by her doing. Yeah.
But then I never really felt sorry for her because, like, she never had any redeeming features beforehand. There was nothing that made me like her at any point. Nothing that made me dislike her, but there was nothing that made me like her. Nothing that made me like any of them.
Yeah, I agree, because I didn't come out thinking I really like that person.
You loved them.
No, I didn't. I just enjoyed the
you love the fat man.
Of him.
You love the fat man.
Yeah, I love.
What did you think of the ending, guys? The bit where she started to go off and do boxing and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that took me from left field. That came out of left field.
Yeah, it didn't really need to be in there.
But if that happened, did it happen?
Yeah,
it must have done.
Do you want to know one thing that's interesting?
Yeah, go on.
Everyone.
Actually, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know that interesting thing. Leave it out. You know, everyone loves Margot Robbie so much. Women love Margot Robbie, and men love Margot Robbie. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone says she's so beautiful, so stunning, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So for this film, she made herself a little bit ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trailer trash. Yeah.
Yeah. When you look at the real Tonya Harding, who was ice skating around that time, she's better looking than Margot Robbie is in the film.
Really?
She's overplayed
Yeah.
how ugly she was.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't at all. And I would feel
They
bad.
were trying to create her into this bigger kind of character, weren't they?
Yes, it's true.
I've got another little point. I'm just looking at it now on IMDb, and the rating of it now is a 7.6, which is the same as Shape of Water, and it's the same as Lady Bird, which I think is quite an interesting thing.
That is interesting.
It's not like because Shape of Water, everyone at the Oscars obviously did really well. So
Yeah, but see,
really
I reckon I would still rather have gone to see I, Tonya than Shape of Water. I got the impression that this was a director, I can't remember what he or she has done before or is going to do, but it felt like they were experimenting with their style and they were bashing music in constantly. And sometimes it felt like you should have not put music in there. You should have let that sit as a scene by itself. It felt like they were doing the Martin Scorsese Goodfellas thing, but he pulled it off.
Yeah,
and this didn't really feel like it pulled it off
Okay.
for me.
I didn't really notice that. Yeah,
Paul loves it big time. You love the fat man.
I just enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable experience, and that's it.
You want to make a fur coat out of bunny rabbits.
Yes, I do.
There, that's
I
why.
already have one.
You saw that scene, you got the idea, and that's what you're doing now with your life.
I was like, why haven't anyone shown me this fur rabbit suit?
Yes. I'm going to wear a Winnie the Pooh suit.
Oh, beautiful.
No, that's terrible. It would mean I kill him and skin him. I'm not doing that
Fill
to
you with
Winnie.
stuffing.
Not to Pooh. Anyway, that's all we got to say on I, Tonya, I think.
Are you done, Adam? Anything else?
I'm done as well. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm good. Pick
Beautiful.
that box in the world.
So ultimately, pretty forgettable.
Well,
I wouldn't say it's forgettable.
yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's totally memorable.
I feel like it could have, to me, maybe what they should have done is said based on a true story and embellished rather than just reflected what happened.
Yeah, guess so.
Have you watched any of the videos of like when that Nancy Corrigan got kneecapped and when her lace came undone when she was skating and stuff? It's
No,
very accurate
no.
representation, so they did very well, but it's just like filming what happened. And it's interesting, the news article, you know the scene where she's tying her lace before she has to go out on the ice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching that last night when it actually happened, and they had a camera in the hallway filming her and her team trying to do her laces up, and the commentators are saying, this is bizarre, this real life movie is playing out before your eyes. And you think, you've got no idea that in 25 years this will actually be a movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
Quite. Anyway, the parrot was the star of the show.
Yeah, it certainly was. I loved him.
I was actually, when I was watching
Pecking
it, I was
her
like,
face.
how does that
Pecking at
parrot
that
just
tube.
constantly peck her face? Like, surely you'd be pissed off.
Maybe it was some seed
Or she got a seed implanted on the side of her face.
in her ears. Seeds in
Yeah.
her ears. Just keep it in the earlobe. Done.
Let's go on to what you've been watching.
Oh, we didn't watch. We've been watching.
What you've been watching?
I finished Altered Carbon.
Adam's just
Adam, it's the
talking over
theme
the
tune at the
music.
moment. It's the
Oh,
theme
didn't
tune
know
at the
we
moment.
did going.
Adam loves to talk over the music.
Do you want to find out what we've been watching, big boy?
Oh yeah, tell me. Tell me what's hot right now.
Been watching. I finished Altered Carbon.
Oh, you
I
finished
watched the
it?
first. Yeah, I finished it a while, like a week ago. But yeah, it was alright. It glossed its way a bit at the end, but they started off well, and it still does feel like it's got a good premise there, which can go on to something else.
Should I watch it?
I'd say if you haven't really got anything else to watch, then yes, definitely watch it.
Beautiful.
But actually, no, I think you should watch it. You quite like it. I don't think Ben would like it.
No, I won't.
Yeah, I'm on the fence at the moment. I might give it a go. I'll give the first episode a go.
I thought I started watching The Sinner as well. What was the first episode?
The Sinner. Oh, Sinner's great.
The only thing I feel
I've
the
been
first episode
recommended
of
The
The Sinner
Sinner.
is that at the moment everything's been completed. And obviously it's going to go somewhere, but the murder's happened and she's also already in jail. When you're watching a murder series, the murder happens, and then there's kind of that couple of episodes where like they try and get away with it, but now she's gone straight from doing the murder to in jail within one episode.
No, trust me, it's very interesting.
Yeah, I know, and
Gets
imagine
revealed.
there's obviously stuff that's going to come out, like you can obviously see little bits already, like the little girl and stuff's going to mean some shit, but it also feels like the big stuff's already happened.
It hasn't.
Okay. What does
Ben,
your
what you been
mean,
watching?
Ben?
I've been watching John Wick 2,
Do you like
Oh,
it?
and
which I very much enjoyed.
oh, it's great, isn't it?
I haven't
Very
watched it
good.
yet. I bought it for
you like
I bought it for 50p once, and I got it on
50p?
Blu-ray.
What?
Yeah, I was in a charity shop and they had it for 50p on Blu-ray. John Wick 2. I was like,
lovely.
What a bargain.
don't mind if I do. I haven't watched it yet though.
You've watched the first one though, yeah?
Yeah, I watched the first one.
Yeah, it's very good.
I think it might be better than this first one.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel it's definitely not worse. It's either on the same level or better for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. You're right. The action in it, and Keanu Reeves, you've got to admire his commitment. You know, we were talking about Tom Cruise in the Lost podcast. Actually, I admire Keanu Reeves much more than Tom Cruise because, like, Reeves is just getting involved in all of the ridiculous amount of training.
He is. Did you see the features on the?
So many features.
And him doing all the training and stuff.
Yeah,
is good, isn't it? He's really good.
It was good. It was very well done. I liked it very much so.
And he still rode to train.
And what?
And he still gets to train.
I don't know what he said. And I also watched Scent of a Woman.
Just ignored him. You just ignored
I don't know what he said.
I don't know what you said. I watched Scent of a Woman.
What did you say, Adam? I feel bad.
Carl really still gets to train around, doesn't he? He's still like humble.
Yeah, he's humble.
Oh, he gets to train around, yeah. I thought you were talking about he trains around the place.
And he gives up his seat for women, doesn't he? He's a nice man.
He's a nice man. I don't know how much of the stuff you can believe about it, because some of it sounds a bit fairy tale-ish, but I could believe it about him. Like, it says on his birthday, he buys a birthday cake and just stands in the street with it, and as strangers come up to him, he cuts them a slice and gives it to them. Mate,
never happened.
Google it though. They always say that he does that.
If some guy did that, you'd be like, what the fuck, man, this guy's a crackhead.
Yeah, but if it's Keanu Reeves, you'd be like, fuck, I'm gonna have some of Keanu Reeves' birthday cake.
He doesn't always look like Keanu. He might have like long hair and his big beard, like a homeless guy giving out birthday cake.
Oh, I do like Keanu Reeves.
I do. Do you know what? I used to give him a hard time. I think you're just a shit actor.
Yeah.
Because he can't show emotion. He can't. But there's something about him that I can't help but like.
Yeah.
And he's a very cool dude.
He knows what he's good at.
Scent of a Woman, which I'm not going to talk about because you two will not like it. And I started Ray Donovan, the TV series.
Did you?
I did. And I'm several episodes into that, and very intriguing. Have you watched it, Paul?
Do you want me to tell you about Ray Donovan?
Well, I don't want you to spoil anything.
I won't. I'm just going to tell you I just gave up.
All right. When did you give up?
About season... How many seasons are out now?
5?
Yeah, I think I gave up season 4.
No, but you didn't really give up then. You're almost up to date.
I know, but I don't want to like put a down on it.
I don't want you to say nothing. I don't want you to say a damn thing.
Yeah.
I know.
It just didn't give anything to me, but you probably like it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And finally, I started the new American Crime Story about Versace.
Oh, where are you watching?
Is it out?
It's on the iPlayer.
Is it?
Oh, nice.
Yes. And I know nothing about this Versace case, really. And
how many episodes are
already there's 2 episodes up. And the first episode, I was like, wow, this is fucking interesting, man. This is really interesting. And
oh, wow.
Is it well done like the first one?
It's very well done, incredibly well done. And there is, I'm not going to say the name of the person, and don't Google it, just watch the episode. There is a quite famous singer who plays a role in it, and he's in it quite a bit, and I did not realise it was him until the end, and I was like, since when the fuck was this guy an actor? Because he acts fucking well in it.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Was it called The Assassination of Versace?
That's it. It's very interesting.
I was waiting for that to come out. I always thought the second series was going to be on what was the Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, so did I.
Yes, that's the next one, season 3.
They've taken their time about this, though, haven't they? It's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's me. What have you been watching, Paul?
I watched The Disaster Artist.
Oh, did you?
Really?
Okay.
Yes. And it was very good. I gave it an 8 out of 10 as well.
Lovely.
It's not as funny as I thought it'd be.
Ah.
They play it a lot more serious than comedy.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. And yeah, it's enjoyable. It's good. Tonya Wiseau makes a little cameo.
Yeah, I was about to say, does he make a cameo? Of course he does. Of course he does. And is Franco, the only thing I think is maybe Franco might get annoying playing with Sal after all that time.
No, it's fine.
It's
fine.
Good.
It's he doesn't talk. I don't think he talks that much, so it doesn't really get annoying. He just says, he's like not full on conversation. He just says like silly little sentences,
silly little lines. Oh, very good. Well, I will be watching that.
Is it out now on DVD or something?
No,
because I saw it now on Sky.
He's downloading it all again.
God, why are you putting all this pressure on me?
Because you're putting the pressure on the industry to keep it maintain that.
God, Adam is killing it. He's simply
God.
killing it. You should be a motivational speaker or some sort of parliamentary candidate for.
Just having a go at Paul for just watching
the whole audience will be listening, going, "What's he saying? I can't hear him."
Yeah.
I've got one very niche market, and that's just Paul watching stuff online.
Yes. Base your whole manifesto around that.
I also did watch one thing very quickly. I watched Mum and Dad.
Oh, the Nicolas Cage thing we were talking about. I can hear the disappointment
bogus.
in your voice.
It was bogus.
It was bogus. Who are you, Bill from Bill and Ted? Speaking of Keanu
You
Reeves,
used the word bogus.
I've never heard anyone say bogus in reality before.
It was a bit of fun, but it was just stupid. Done.
Well, I imagine my surprise.
Yes, I didn't expect anything less.
No, you love him no matter what, though, innit?
Yeah, and that's it. That's all I've watched. Should we go on to our question that we've got this week?
Give it to me. Banana.
These three males just received emails.
Well, what are we supposed to do about it?
Fucking read them.
This is from Mark Aussie65 on Twitter, and he has asked, "What are your thoughts on a film winning Best Film but not Director? I don't really see how it works. Surely the best film must have Best Director."
I feel what's like the what is like Best Picture, like best overall, isn't it? Best for everything. That's what it means, really, doesn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, you can't really have it without the Best Director because that's like a key element of the whole thing.
Yeah, I see where he's coming from, because it's like Best Picture. They're saying it's the best of all the other categories. So they're saying it's the best director, the best actor, the best sound design, the best costume, the best soundtrack.
So surely, yeah, and like Best Director is probably up there, the best acting, like in the world, when it comes down to the key elements.
I think that the bottom line is, it's like, say you take a film like The Hateful Eight, Tarantino's Hateful Eight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you would say that was directed very well, and maybe it should get an Oscar nomination for direction, but you might not think that the film overall stands up. Like, you might say, well, the acting's not great, it's a bit parody-ish, the soundtrack doesn't really work, the costumes were a bit shit, they weren't well thought out. So Tarantino directed it well, the way he framed it and shot it and cut it, but it's not a good film. So we're just nominating for Best Director. Not that will ever happen. He don't get that.
Yeah, I could see it going the other way around. Yeah, you get Best Director, but not Best Picture. But
I'm trying to think.
Director is a strange one, because it's like they are the creator of the film, so they created it, kind of thing. They've crafted this film from their vision.
I know, but I think
it's almost like it is the film.
But actually, what about a screenwriter though? Because technically, if I sit here and I create the story from scratch, I created it. If I write a script and then Guillermo del Toro comes to me and says, "Yeah, I'm going to do it," he gets all the praise. But actually, when it comes to it winning an award for best film, I'm going to feel validated, rather than if he won the award for best. Because if he won the award for best director, it's like saying, well, he took your material and did it well. Whereas if it wins the Oscar for best film, it's like validation for me, saying that was fucking well written as well. It was well written, well acted, well directed, all the elements. I'm trying to think of a film where you think that was really directed well, but I didn't like the film.
I almost feel like Tonya was a bit like that.
Yeah.
Like it was a very well shot film and it was very well put together and all of that, but the film itself wasn't all that.
True. Maybe for me, I would say the Kill Bill films, because I can tell that they're well directed, but I think the films are boring.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's a hard one. It is a hard one. It's a fine line, really, isn't it, of what distinguishes between categories.
Well, this is it. If all three of us are given the same 5-page script and told, go away and film it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll have 3 separate films, and one of them will be considered the best out of the 3. And that will be down to the direction.
That's true.
It won't be down to the film, because we're all working with the same material. So I guess it's like saying, you Guillermo del Toro, because you filmed this was really well done. That you deserve the Oscar because you really made it your own.
Yeah, I guess it must be down to the director's style.
I think so.
That makes it directed well.
You're really thinking into this, aren't you, Ben?
Well, I think it's quite an interesting thing. I'm done with it.
Yeah, we're done.
That's
the podcast, guys. That's the podcast.
Thanks for the question.
You guys can send us questions at FilmBusters Pod. We love getting them, and we will answer them in our next podcast. You can get in touch with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or you can email us at filmbusters@outlook.com.
Great.
Done.
And what will we be watching next time, or do we not talk about that? I can't remember.
That's what I was thinking. I was just looking through what is coming out.
I believe it's my choice.
It's Ben's decision.
Do you know what my decision is?
What?
Huh?
What is
your
decision?
You know what my decision is. You Were Never Really There.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
That came out yesterday.
Good one. I'm up for that.
When I went to see Tonya last night, innit? And while we were at the cinema, it was the Picture House at Piccadilly Circus.
You going proper in?
Lynn Ramsey was there to do a Q&A for the first screening of it. Oh, yes.
Lovely. I'm up for that.
Yeah, all right. That's our next one then, yeah?
Anyone, if you have any questions about that film, send them and we can answer them about it.
Good.
Did you get that, guys?
Send
in your questions. And if you don't, then you're not a true fan.
Come on, do it now. Do it now.
And if you send them, they probably will make it into the podcast.
Adam, you can go back to bed now.
No, I'm going to go to eat.
What are you going to have?
I don't know, chicken nuggets.
Oh my God.
Got your nuggets? They don't sell nuggets at this. Oh, they do. It's past 11. Yeah. Go on. Enjoy.
It's 10:30. They stopped McDonald's breakfast anyway.
Good. You would know. You fucking rapscallion.
FilmBusters.